to say it's a monumental game, but we're in Washington, D.C., and the Pirates begin a road trip here and taking on the Washington Nationals as the kids playing catch out there in a beautiful ballpark. Beautiful weather as well. It is springtime here in D.C. Pirates and the Nats begin a 4-game series here tonight. And welcome to the booth. Joe Block and John Wayner with you here this evening as the Pirates have won 5 in a row, and they've got to get one of their better pitchers back going here tonight. Jamison Tyone coming off a couple rough starts here the last 2 times around.
He got off to such a great start this year, his first 3 starts, but his last couple of starts haven't gone well for him. Really 2 bad innings. And in the 1 inning, you can argue if you field a bunt, he doesn't have the 5 runs allowed against Philadelphia. His last outing, I think it was kind of a combination of mislocation with the fastball, and some guys hit his breaking ball that were actually pretty good pitches. So it looks pretty ugly, his last 2 starts, but I really don't think he pitched as bad as those numbers suggest he did, but he certainly didn't pitch as well as he did in his first 3 games either.
And he'll take on a Nationals team that is dealing with some injuries right now. They have 10 players on the disabled list and overwhelming favorites in the NL East to begin the season, but they are off to a rough start, but they still have Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper is the guy in this lineup. You don't let him beat you. Anytime there's guys on base or anytime he's up there, he has a chance to turn the game around with 1 swing. You pitch around them. All of baseball has been pitching around them. 36 walks by far leads the major leagues, and so that's the way they've approached these Nationals offensively with the guys out of the lineup. So Bryce Harper is always dangerous, but don't let him beat you.
And the Pirates, who stand in first place on this final day of April, we'll see if the bats can keep on bopping here on the road. It's the Pirates and the Nationals coming up next here on AT&T Sportsnet. Here at Nationals Park, and the Pirates and the Nats, first of 4 beginning this 10-day 9-game road trip for the Pirates, who have won 5 straight. Nationals coming in at 12-16, and the RAV4 lineup for Clint Hurdle's Pirates today: Adam Frazier and Gregory Polanco, customarily 1 and 2. Sean Rodriguez slides in for Starling Marte, who gets his first day off. Bell and Dickerson, Cervelli and Moran, Mercer and Tyone.
And they're facing the right-hander, Tanner Roark. 4-pitch pitcher who's been tough to hit so far. Opponents hitting just 182 against him in his 5 games, 31 innings. He's only allowed 20 hits, but 5 of those 20 have left the ballpark. 21 hits he's allowed now.
Adam Frazier been swinging a better bat here the last few days. And he gets the Pirates aboard to start.
You hope the Pirates can take the bats with them on the road. Nice homestand. Swung the bats well after struggling on their last road trip to Philly.
And so Clint Hurdle's Pirates trying to keep the good times going right now atop the NL Central on the final day of April. And they're doing it with not everybody all clicking at once. Gregory Polanco still trying to get things going after a tremendous start to the season.
Yeah, it took him a while to get off that 5 home run mark and the 15 RBI mark, but hit a homer a few days ago to get up to 6 and 16.
At 146 the last 2.5 weeks. But the Pirates was stacking up the lefties in there tonight with Bell switch hitting. They've got 5 left-handed bats, and Roark with some pronounced platoon splits. You talk about how rarely he's allowed hits. Well, 5 of them have come against righty batters, and lefty batters have done much better against him so far with the power.
Yeah,
especially.
Pretty crazy right there. A 106 opponent average against right-handed batters.
That went into the air to center. Michael A. Taylor with room in that big corner out there in center. He's very good out there in center field. The Nationals as an outfit defensively, when they're healthy, usually have a pretty good group out there. Matt Adams is going to be out in left field, the former Cardinal, the Honda defense with Bryce Harper and right. Wilmer Defoe filling in at third. Turner and Kendrick up the middle. Ryan Zimmerman, the mainstay at first. Matt Wieters does the catching, has won a couple of Gold Gloves in his career with Baltimore. Sean Rodriguez wears the number on his back where he stands in the order. Number 3. Now, not wanting to shake up the lineup. Give Marte a day off. Normally the number 3 hitter. Slide Rodriguez right in there.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the top of the order. Nice to see Frazier start the game off with a hit, but you know, Rodriguez great defensively, not off to a great start offensively. Polanco, his struggles as well, so that 2-3 spot in the order. Again, Clint Hurdle doesn't want to shake things up. He wants to keep guys in their spots where they've been since spring training, and so he slipped Sean Rogg into the 3-hole. See if we can get some production out of the top 3 today.
Well, that leadoff spot until really the last 2-3 days had been quite paltry in the absence of Josh Harrison. But Frazier has come through with some better days at the plate lately. That's what I'm saying. You know, we've been talking about the Pirates offense doing well. It's not like everybody is hitting right now. It's for most of this season, except for that losing streak, you're getting some guys that are hot, some guys that are doing all right, and some guys that are cool all throughout the season. And so, you know, tip the cap to Jeff Branson and the rest of the Bucks batters too, because the depth is what has helped them, I think, so far withstand too many big droughts.
Timely hitting has helped as well. The team's hitting .284 with runners in scoring position. That's always key. Hitting .260 overall are the Pirates. That's second in the NL. We're looking for Josh Bell to get on track. Not having the best numbers, but has 16 RBIs in the team's first 28 games. And you know, the power numbers, just the 1 home run. But you look at Josh Bell. He struggled last year in the month of April. didn't get off to a great start. So without looking, I'm guessing his numbers are better this year than they were this time of year.
They're still on pace to drive in 90 runs. And Rodriguez will work a walk. So 2 on with 1 out here in Pirates first. A new manager, Dave Martinez, longtime big league coach, getting his opportunity to manage with the Nats. And a whole new brain trust for the Nats coming in here. Mike Maddox, as we just saw with St. Louis, the former pitching coach over there. Eric Lilliquist coming over, coincidentally, from St. Louis to the Nats.
Good start here. 2 on, just 1 out. Josh Bell with the early opportunity. And nice to see that at bat, by the way, from Sean Rodriguez, because he has been free swinging early on, and to show that patience after chasing the first pitch curveball. That's what opposing pitchers have done. They've tried to pitch him out of his zone and make him chase. And so Roark isn't always a strike thrower. He'll try to get you to chase.
And he's behind 2-0.
And there you see the change up, and fastball averages just over 90 miles per hour. He'll throw a curveball, a slider, and a change.
And very quietly, he's been one of the better pitchers around baseball most of the last few seasons. Kind of an average season last year, but the year prior, an under 3 ERA. Out of the University of Illinois. Played some independent baseball as well.
Maybe got away with one there, that 90 miles per hour up out over the plate, and Josh Bell is locked in. He'll do some damage with that pitch.
Yeah, they got some good pitchers here in Washington. Steven Strasburg on the left, Max Scherzer, reigning back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, on the right. Chop to first. Zimmerman will get 1, and that will be all. Rodriguez erased on the force. And of course, they have Bryce Harper at least under contract for another year. Trey Turner, young rookie a couple of years ago, coming on the scene. One of the fastest around the game.
Yeah, without Rendon, without Eaton, I mean, they still got
Murphy.
Yeah, obviously.
Big hitters missing.
Yeah, they got some guys missing, but they're still a dangerous lineup. They got power in the lineup.
Now Corey Dickerson with 2 on and 2 out. Out to Adams. Pirates turned away in their half of the first. Jamison Tyone gets the ball for the Buccos tonight. their way over here to DC. Nice little ride over here. Nice ballpark too. And how about a nice outing last night, the debut for Nick Kingham. He really captivated us all, retiring the first 20 Cardinals he faced yesterday. We'll talk more about Nick Kingham as we go forward. Here tonight from DC, the Nationals lineup for new manager Davey Martinez. Trey Turner atop that order with Ryan Zimmerman, career .292 hitter against the Buccos. Bryce Harper bats third. Howard Kendrick at second base. Former Cardinal Matt Adams, then Michael A. Taylor in center. He's starting to get hot. Wieters, Defoe, and Roark, the bottom third of the Nats order. Nationals with a lot of team speed. It won't be put on display right there. That's a good start for Taillon. 1 pitch, 1 out.
I like that. Quick, easy out. Sinker from Jameson Taillon. 2-2 of 4.91 ERA. As we just mentioned, a rough couple of starts. His last 2 times out. 4 home runs allowed in his 5 starts. He allowed 1 run in 7 innings last time he pitched here, back in late September.
And Zimmerman. Fouled away.
Thought you have a free strike. 1 pitch, 1 out to lead off the game. Throw it down the middle, and usually that second batter's taking, but not Ryan Zimmerman up there being aggressive.
Ray Searage working with Jameson Taillon between starts, trying to get him back on track. But for him, it's a tweak and not an overhaul when he has a rough go of it. Like we were talking about a few minutes ago. I mean, the first of the 2 short starts in a row, kind of chalk aside. And I think Taillon did the same thing. But his last start, found a few things he'd like to clean up. We'll see tonight if he is doing this.
Yeah, I mean the sinking fastball is always a big pitch for Jameson, and you know, gets a lot of ground balls on it. I know in his last start against Detroit, it looked like the fastball maybe didn't have the same sink, the same movement that we've seen in the past. It didn't locate it as well as he normally does. I think they did a good job of digging his breaking ball, you know, on pitches that were down and out of the zone, and getting some good swings and some big hits against it. But really just 2 innings that kind of got away from him.
Big rip by Bryce Harper, who bats with him empty.
And again, just 4 pitches, 2 outs, and Bryce Harper up there aggressive. Figured might be the only good pitch he gets to hit, so he hasn't been seeing many good pitches to hit.
Pronounced shift against the lefty batter. He's down 2 strikes.
And that's a good sign when you see a pitch that far off the outside part of the plate against a great hitter like Harper. You know there's some pretty good movement. So look at that fastball just run away from the bat. Tried it again. This time Harper able to lay off it. Yeah, there's no reason to go inside that grid. That grid now. You're ahead 0-2, now 1-2. See if you get a chase.
We'll try to bounce that curveball, which you mentioned against Detroit. I think they got 4 hits on 0-2 counts off the curveball.
And I know some of them were out of the zone.
Yeah, low and out of the zone, which I thought was really surprising, and that probably won't happen again. And as you can see, pulls it on the ground. It can hit with power to all fields. One of the game's best year after year. But now that he's worked it even, how do you finish him off?
Yeah, again, pretty good effort. Trying to get him to chase the curveball, chase that curveball. It looked like it was going to be down and out of the zone, but able to fight it off. It makes him a great hitter.
Francisco Cervelli puts down the signs.
Get it in there.
And he strikes out Bryce Harper. A 10-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Jameson Taillon.
debut yesterday on the North Shore. I'm Robbie, it's Mikowski. Well, you might be wondering, what exactly did Nick Kingham's cell phone look like when he got to his locker after the game yesterday? And he answered that question when I asked him earlier today.
As soon as I got off the mound, I checked it was at 77, and then by the end of the game, it was up to 180, 190. And I was replying as it went, and it just kept going, staying the same. So one would come, and I'd clear out the bottom, and it was just kind of a revolving circle.
And fans, you have a chance to get in on his cell phone tomorrow via Twitter. He's going to be our guest on Twitter Tuesday. He'll answer your questions regarding his big league debut yesterday. So use the hashtag BucksTuesday. We'll answer almost each and every one of them that we get to. And we'll have a little fun with Nick Kingham, get to know him just a little bit better. Joe, how about that? Nick Kingham, spectacular opening act as a major leaguer.
Yeah, it was, Robbie. And I can imagine all the congratulations he got. And thinking for a kid that grew up in Las Vegas, and gotten a lot of love on social media as well from everybody. But it was just a joy to watch him. One of the best major league debuts in history.
Fun to watch, I know that. I mean, that was pretty impressive to say the least.
And by one of the accounts, since the expansion era in baseball, which goes back to 1961, they couldn't find any time where a guy making his debut retired 20 in a row to start the game. I mean, we're thinking, is he going to throw a perfect game here? He's 7 outs away. And he had never pitched in the major leagues before yesterday. It was an astounding game, one we'll always remember.
Yeah, I don't know how many guys are in baseball right now that have been able to retire 20 in a row in any game, let alone their debut. I know there's one guy in the Nationals dugout that has done it.
In fact, let's take a look at some of those notes. And the most in the debut since 61. Lost it 2 outs of the 7th. Paul DeJong with a single. Only Pirate starter in history with no runs and no walks in his debut, and 9 strikeouts. Only Tim Wakefield and Nick Maddox back in 1907 with more strikeouts in a Pirates major league debut than Nick Kingham. There's Max Scherzer on the right, of course. The Jose Tabata hit by pitch keeping him away from perfection.
That Wakefield game, Barry Bonds came in the left field from about the 5th or 6th inning and said, "Is he throwing a knuckleball?" Man, he's messing them all up. It was like late in the game.
Yeah, he's a knuckleballer. Well, was he just called? I mean, was Wakefield just called up like the day before, or did he just come up? Or had he been up before, kind of?
No, I think he had just got called up. I think he maybe arrived the day before, but I'm actually thinking he arrived the day of. Memory serves me correctly.
So it would have been very plausible that most of his teammates hadn't even met him yet.
Right. Pretty much, because I don't believe he was in spring training. I don't think he was on the roster. I don't think he was in, gotten any spring training games or anything else. So.
Yeah. Which is the complete opposite of Nick Kingham, who feels like he's been around forever. He's been at Pirate Fest for a number of years. He's been at spring training, deep into spring training. Made his AAA debut in 2014. So he said he felt prepared for the start, and he looked it.
You figure in that Wakefield game 3 years prior to that debut, he was a first baseman.
and had to develop the knuckleball just to try to stay around the game. Of course, lasted a very long time. Wakefield striking out 10 in his debut. So Moran works a walk with 1 out. Second walk issued by Roark. Setting up the number 8 hitting Jordy Mercer. Has a 6-game hitting streak going. Bat and the ball. Low towards short. And Mercer and the Pirates done in the 2nd. And Roark works through 3. As we begin the bottom of the second here from Washington, D.C. Great to have all the black and gold faithful out here. Big rivalry week between these two towns.
Yeah, isn't that something? We go to Philly during that series, now in D.C.
Hockey series back in Pittsburgh will come on here, and hopefully a lot of black and gold victories coming up this week. Pirates riding a 5-game winning streak. Yeah, the Pens even at a game apiece in their series.
Representing.
I got my Pens hat here with me too.
You do?
Just to show these DC people what's up, right? Look at my hat. Tyone ahead of Howie Kendrick. Another ground ball. You said, Rock, that's kind of a thing you look for.
Yeah, I mean, there have been some starts in Tyone's young career to where that ball is moving everywhere, and especially when there's downward movement, that it's hard not to pound it into the turf, and it's always a good sign when they're hitting soft ground balls.
Look at the lowdown, and the Dodgers' young shortstop Corey Seager going to miss the season with Tommy John surgery. As the Dodgers try to get things going, that's going to put crimp in their style. They're in 4th place and 7 games back in the West already. Matt Adams, ex-Cardinal. Nationals picked him up on a 1-year deal.
He's been swinging the bat better of late, and anytime he gets hot, he's very dangerous. When he's not hot, you can get him chase, open up a lot of holes, but when he's swinging the bat well, he's more selective. He doesn't miss many of the pitches he swings at. As Gregory Polanco wondering, I wonder if he's thinking he should have came after that ball. He kind of sat back. That ball didn't bounce too far in front of him. That ball kind of carried out a little further, and I think Gregory thought it would. And he bounced maybe 5 or 6 feet in front of him.
Now, sometimes a ball has some spin on it, right? When it goes out there, is that easy or hard to read as an outfielder?
You know, lefty hitting it out there usually has top spin, so it's going to die as it approaches you. It's going to, you know, be heading towards the ground. Righties hit it the other way to right field. Sometimes it has a little more carry. It has less top spin. And they may have read that as just being kind of like a, you know, top spinner. And I just think Adams hit it a little harder than he anticipated. And that happens. I mean, as an outfielder, especially the ball right at you and the line drive right at you, that's the toughest play to read because you know, you don't want to be charging in and have it go over your head. And I think that ball just on a line looked like it was a base hit that was going to land well in front of him. It just kept carrying because he hit it so hard.
Michael A. Taylor spoils that fastball for Tyone. He's starting to get him going after a slow start at the plate. Came on last year with the injury to Adam Eaton, getting some everyday playing time. .97 from Tyone.
Yeah, 97 again. You see the swing, a pitch that's well off the plate inside. Good run.
Warmer weather tonight too, 71 degrees. Taylor runs very well. And no chance of doubling him up. He's going to head to second after that ball got away on a hop to Bell.
Yeah, that's one as a second baseman. You might as well just eat it. As you mentioned, the great speed of Michael Taylor. For one, the second, you know, the top spin kind of got Colin Moran to back up a bit, and 2 long throws, not much of a chance of doubling up Taylor.
Now you see that ball getting there way after he was striding past the base anyway. It goes an error on Adam Frazier to allow Taylor to get into scoring position with 2 outs, and he can score on a base hit now. Matt Wieters, the switch hitting Nationals catcher. 2-11. See if Tyone can pitch around that.
And he might pitch around him with first base open. Defoe, switch hitter, hitting behind Wieters. Not getting a call even there behind the count 2-0. Not giving in. Tried to flip in a breaking ball before fall behind 3-0. And he'll be careful here. That's Defoe on deck.
Swinging 3-0 at ball 4.
Yeah, pitch well off the plate.
The manager's looking on. Dave Martinez, 12-16 start to the national season, 4-9 here at home. And they will bypass Wieters. So they'll try for Defoe, who is filling in for Anthony Rendon over at third. 4 for his last 29. Just 217 overall, not a big power threat.
Early mound visit from Francisco Cervelli. Sure to talk over this at bat. And that's incredibly are 6th in the National League in hitting in terms of batting average. They're 6th in batting average at 239.
Wow. That's cold April for you, huh?
Yeah. There's only 3 teams hitting over 248. Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and the Chicago Cubs. 239 is good for 6th.
That'll come up as the season goes on. 2 on, 2 out. Let's see if they come after Defoe now. They do, but he gets the hit. And here comes Taylor streaking home. And he is in. 2-out hit for Defoe, and the Nationals start off 1-0. That error, putting Taylor into scoring position, ends up costing the Pirates.
Yeah, and Tyone kind of challenges Defoe, and seeing eye single. Got the ground ball, probably what he was looking for, and just found the hole up the middle.
Yeah, that's the right call to come after him. Again, not a big power hitter. Now Roark, the pitcher. Early run for the Nats. And for Roark. 131 in his career. Tyone always looks like he's thinking out there.
Oh yeah.
Has that look.
Boy, how about that take? That curveball starts out in the strike zone and breaks out.
Might have just been taken all the way there.
I was wondering about that myself.
He fouled it. Adams with a single, then the fielder's choice and the throwing error, putting Taylor to second. He comes around to score on the Defoe single. There's Josh Harrison out for at least another month or so. Over the mound, right at the bag, but Roark not running very hard. I thought if Roark ran it out, he might be able to beat that ball out, but
could have helped himself.
1-0 Nats.
On AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. And by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Let's take a look at our Day Automotive this day in Pirates history. Back in 1960, the Pirates beat the Reds 12-7 thanks to a 10-run second inning. Roberto Clemente with a 3-run home run in the inning. And he and Dr. Strangeglove, Dick Stewart, Bill Mazeroski, each driving in 3 in that game. Here, Wilmer Defoe has driven in the run. 1-0 Nats as we begin the third. Great to see the kids out at the ballpark. Weather warming up here, and fans of all ages experiencing some baseball here. A great one. Yeah, a lot of Bucco fans making their way out here, or maybe living out this way too, of course. A lot of folks maybe have pulled up stakes here in and around the area. Jameson Towns going to start the inning after Mercer grounded into a double play to end the second. Batting .128 in his career. About that this season. Turner with the first out. Leadoff man gone in the Pirates' third inning. The kids won't want to miss the chance to be the Moe's Pirate Parent sidekick before a Pirates home game. Fans ages 6 to 14 can join the Parent in pregame festivities on the field at PNC Park. You can enter for your chance to be the Parent sidekick at participating Moe's Southwest Grill locations now through Sunday. That sounds like a lot of fun. Adam Frazier has the Pirates hit. Started the ball game with a base hit to left.
Roark starts him off with a big curveball just in case he was up there swinging. Figured he was probably taking. With Tyone grounding out.
Try to give some more rest to the pitcher.
Typically, you're going to do that. Leadoff batter when a pitcher grounds out. Let him go and sit down for a second or two.
And Roark coming right after Frazier.
And that's that great movement on that two-seam fastball that you see more and more pitchers that when they can locate this pitch. Frazier's pretty close to home plate, and that pitch starts out right under his hands and has that late tail and just nips the inside edge.
First strikeout for Tanner Roark. Jameson Taillon focused. And Polanco down to strike. Flat out to center his first trip. See a lot of pitches into Polanco. Try to throw inside on him quite a bit. They go away, and Polanco has a base hit.
Yeah, and a nice approach there from Polanco, and I think he should always look out there. Amazingly enough, you saw the two pitches, the slider and the fastball in. Gregory Polanco is still, according to the stats we get, he still is without a hit on a pitch on the inside part of the plate. The inner third of the plate, he is 0 for the season, and so his strength is out there, out over the plate. And teams still pitch him out there. I mean, they'll show him inside, but they end up going away. That's a nice looking swing.
That extends the inning. Polanco 1 for 2 now tonight. Sean Rodriguez spelling Starling Marte finally getting a day off. He had started all the games at center. Polanco runs. And he's out on a close play. And Reeders throwing down to get him. Trying to get into scoring position. And Clint Hurdle wants to hold things up. Just to make sure on that close play. And the Pirates will not challenge. They got him on that rear foot. Polanco cut down. And the Pirates turned aside in the third. to nail Polanco to end the inning. And on our UPMC scoreboard, 1-0 Nationals. Top of the order coming up. Polanco trying to get in a scoring position with 2 outs. Makes sense.
Yeah, not a bad risk. It took a perfect throw.
Big cut by Turner on that low curveball. He's also got very good speed, and Cervelli will have his work cut out for him tonight. Let's see, did the backswing get him? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so free and easy. That 96 just looks effortless. And plus, you see the movement.
Down the line, and that's going to be trouble. Turner runs very well. Quickly cut off by Dickerson. There's going to be a play at second. And Turner in there safely. Good job by Dickerson racing over toward the line. He had a play at second when I thought that was a sure ticket double.
It wasn't hit all that hard. A curveball from Taillon, just didn't get it down and out of the zone. He kind of left it up a little bit. And just able to keep it fair. And we've seen Colin Moran does play off the line quite a bit. That ball doesn't get into the corner, so it gives Dickerson an opportunity to throw out Turner, but too much speed.
Lead off double. And Turner thought about advancing.
Yeah, with 1 out, maybe you're more aggressive. With 2 out, or with nobody out, maybe not worth the risk. Don't want to make that first out over there. You want to be pretty certain you're going to make it pretty easily if you're going to try to take that extra 90 feet.
Zimmerman flat out to right his first time.
Off to a bit of a slow start. See Bell playing Zimmerman off the line.
Customary for a right-handed batter, right?
Yep.
On toward short. Turner started. Put on the brakes. Show 1 out. Bryce Harper coming up, and we keep thinking about that great start from Nick Kingham making his debut yesterday. And Bryce Harper also grew up in Las Vegas. Another Vegas kid making his stamp on the game. Congrats to Nick Kingham on a stellar debut. So one of the many notes I'm sure Kingham got yesterday as he told Robbie the text messages that he was getting.
And be careful here. First base open. Yeah, I'm wondering if Bryce Harper, he's been getting pitched around so much. You have to wonder if he was up there thinking, wow, I'm not going to get a strike. I don't want to be too aggressive. And he got 97 right down the chute. Howie Kendrick, a good hitter himself, but has a tendency to hit in his share of double plays.
Looked like Cervelli had been crossed up prior, or something was lost in translation before that second pitch, the first pitch there. Yeah, I'm with you, Rock. You know, pick your spots pitching to Harper. 2 outs, base is empty, first inning, sure.
And he's the one you don't want to beat you.
First base open. Nats down 3 of their regular men in their lineup. You know, Kendrick and the rest of the group, yeah, they can beat you, but the odds of them beating you versus Harper, much lower. And they're just going to bypass him. Hey, why even mess around? Is Daniel Murphy there still sidelined with injury? So yeah, they'll walk Harper. That's his 37th walk. He's 2 away from Barry Bonds' all-time April record. 37 walks.
That's amazing.
There are Pirate players that have not had that in a season.
Yeah, I thought it was a misprint when I first read it today.
So they'll try for Kendrick instead with 2 on, and like you said, Rock, a double play candidate. Not slow, but slower, and he is bounced into 5. He hits the ball hard too. And grounded out his first time.
Just a steady big league player. He's hitting 296 so far this year. I think he's a career 291 hitter. His minor league numbers are incredible. I don't know. I don't know how many guys in this age hit 359 in their minor league career, but this guy came up with some impressive credentials.
Always could hit. Grew up in just north of Jacksonville in Callahan, Florida, and longtime scout, longtime Angel scout Tom Kochman, one of those legendary baseball names. I found him. I'm surprised he wasn't really getting sniffed by anybody. Just saw that hit tool. And of course, came up with the Angels.
And he's up there looking to pull, which is what you want. I mean, he's more likely to hit the ball on the ground if he's up there trying to pull the ball.
Two on with 1 out. 1-2. He strikes out Kendrick. Going upstairs with the fastball.
Yeah, and it's a pitch that Jameson's been working on since spring training. Changing the eye level, trying to go upstairs for Chase.
Did not see a lot of that in his last start.
And big at bat here.
He gets the second out. Now Matt Adams, who singled off him last inning.
Nice little changeup at 90.
Trying to work around a leadoff double to Trey Turner. He's still there.
And that's a sign right there of a hitter that's locked in. I mean, he doesn't even flinch at the first pitch changeup. The second pitch changeup doesn't flinch either. He's picking the ball up well. Like it. Elevate.
At 96.
Try that again. Maybe go upstairs as Ray Searage and the rest of the coaching staff looks on, or maybe try to get him to chase something in the dirt.
So he's been doubling up. 2 low changeups, 2 high fastballs. You can see the gears turning with Adams. What's coming next?
And you got to either say you elevate with the fastball or you get the curveball down. Another changeup. They've got a piece of Francisco Cervelli.
It's good late movement on it.
Yeah. Got a piece of the right shin guard, maybe a bit of that right calf. Francisco.
Another 2-2. Jammed him. Didn't get very high. Not much chance for Moran. Picked up a souvenir. He had it all the way.
Oh, nice pitch there.
Right on the edge, and Tyon with a couple of strikeouts, stranding the leadoff double, keeping it at 1-0.
All-wheel drive RAV4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
Here from Washington, D.C., a lot of construction still going on as they build up the yards around here. The district right around here. A lot of condos, shopping, places to eat around here. It's really grown over the decade or so.
11 cranes.
You counted 11 cranes. It's like a little marsh over here, seeing that many cranes. Oh, the different kind, right? Construction cranes. Yeah, it's every time we come here, there's a different backdrop. Pretty soon, we won't be able to see any of downtown DC anymore.
Hopefully, they won't build them that high.
Rodriguez taps out to third to start the Pirates' fourth. Tanner Roark has permitted a pair of singles, has walked 2. Working with a narrow lead. Josh Bell down a strike. Got on a fielder's choice back to the first. This one should, well, might be in play. Yep, that'll go in. Seats.
A little wind. The wind might have helped that one stay out of play. Wind blowing left to right. It's funny when we're talking about those cranes. I guess the cranes are positioned the way the wind blows.
I guess so, yeah. They're all pointed a certain way. I hadn't thought about that. You ever been up on one of those?
No.
No, me neither. No. But I said that as if I had been up on one. I was going to tell you a story about it, but that would be one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life. I don't know how people do that, but good for them.
Yeah, they're way up there. I mean, we're way up here.
Ooh.
They're way ahead of us, or way above us. I can assume 12, 15 stories high.
That's not a very big operations center they got there. Right to Zimmerman, and 2 gone in the Pirates' 4th inning. Corey Dickerson will be coming up. Pirates down a run here in the 4th inning. Well, let's look at our Barrel Automotive league leaders and the teams in the National League with the highest OPS from the outfield groups. Nationals just a tick better than the Pirates. OPS on base plus slugging, a general figure of offensive production. And you think the Nationals, of course, would be up there with Bryce Harper. Pirates have gotten a lot of production from Dickerson. Starling Marte is getting a day off tonight. And of course, Polanco. There's Bryce Harper. Doesn't have his normal running mates always out there this season yet. Dickerson's been a great find. Coming in 6th in the league in batting average entering play tonight. And Marte's having a good year in the field and at the plate. Drawing a lot of walks. Chatting with Ivan Nova.
Pretty impressive how patient he's been.
And Clint Hurdle, the skipper, presiding over things. Pirates trying to end April atop the standings. Had a nice long chat with Dickerson today. I wanted to get his thoughts on, coming to a new club. He's been around a couple of ball clubs now. And some of the things that he's noticed. One of the things he says, he thinks this club is very balanced. There aren't a lot of things that they don't do. And he thinks that's a big reason. The second thing is a lot of young players that are very confident. And so he thinks that confidence has caused everybody to help each other out and talk and communicate and always talking about baseball. Clint Hurdle has said that too. He's heard that more than he's heard in a while. The guys talking about how to help each other out. Dickerson drives it, but in play for Adams. Now it's gone in order in the 4th. DC still up 1-0. PMC scoreboard. Begin the bottom of the 4th. And you can bring your team to the ballpark for the first youth baseball and softball day of the year on May the 20th. You can enjoy an opportunity to participate in a special pregame ceremony on the field. Kids can run the bases on the field following the game. Tickets start at just $14. Get your tickets. Pirates.com/youthbaseball. Here, adult baseball. Michael A. Taylor. Don't see a lot of players with using the initial, but The initial is for Anthony. His father's name is father passing away, a logistics officer in the U.S. Army for 22 years. And just a way to keep his dad with him. Bell running out of room.
We could hear Francisco Cervelli yelling to Bell, coming back, coming back. He thought, you know, again, pop-ups down the lines have backspin, and so the ball has a tendency to come back unless you have some wind blowing it into the stands.
Teammates helping teammates. Toward the corner. Polanco secures the first out. Now, sometimes you hear yelling, I got it, but on the field, do you hear other things like that sometimes? I mean,
of course. I mean, normally it would be more like you got room, you got room. I mean, you don't want, Cervelli didn't want Josh Bell to give up on it. You know, that's why he's yelling, come back, coming back, coming back. But a lot of times you'll hear more like, no, 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 meaning it's out of play, or you got room on plays like that.
Because the fielder's looking up, right? I mean, they don't know, especially on the road, right? The dimensions.
A high fly ball like that in the infield, you got plenty of time to look to see where you are, how close you are to the fence down there.
Gotta bring your glove. Say, son, next time use this.
Again, Tyone with that good velocity, challenging leaders there at 96, free and easy. Looks so effortless.
And he beats the shift. Leaders has been on both times.
It beats the shift, hits the ball hard enough, gets it between Bell and Frazier on the right side.
I really think they should have put 7 men on that side of the field. Just kidding.
The curveball again. I mean, it's such a good pitch for Tyone. Opponent's hitting just 167 against it coming in. And I want to say that's the second hit allowed today on the curveball.
And in his last start, the Tigers were able to get to that curveball a little bit. Change up in for a strike. Do pitchers fall into patterns at all sometimes pitching? And we see these teams do so much.
Knuckleballers do all the time. They're always throwing the same doggone thing. I don't know. Maybe some. I'm sure there's charts and graphs that will suggest tendencies, whether they're in a 1-0 count. What do they pick? What do they throw more often when they're ahead 1 and 2? They go to this, or behind 2-1, they go to that.
Sometimes a hitter just reacts, sees a pitch, and hits it, right? Sometimes it's as simple as that.
Well, that's when the hitters are locked in. That's all they're doing. They're up there looking for a pitch, and that's it. No negative thoughts, no thoughts of mechanics or anything. Looking for the ball out of the pitcher's hand and hoping to get a good pitch to hit.
Defoe choking up a tad with 2 strikes.
And that's a pretty good swing. And again, that's that fastball that starts off the plate, that late movement. That's a pitch where Tyone, I think, throws it right where he wants to. He starts it off the plate, it runs back right on the corner, and Defoe puts a good swing on it.
Another ground ball. 5 hits now for the Nationals. Roark, the pitcher. They're trying to move him up.
Yeah, he was looking to bunt the ball to first base side. He could get the lead runner if he does that. Keeps it fair. Josh Bell, his job as the first baseman is to get in there. If he bunts it to your side, you want to get the lead runner.
Wieters not especially fast at second. Come creeping in. There's the ball. And Bruce Streckman, the home plate umpire. Cervelli couldn't find it. Had to go around him. And the runners move up anyway.
If that ball was in the dirt. That's the one thing. We talked a lot about the Pirates catchers. The offensive production has been impressive. That looks like another cross-up, a curveball. I think Cervelli was looking for a fastball, and I don't know if that's going to be rolled as a pass ball or a wild pitch.
Wild pitch, they said.
The Pirates, by far, have the most wild pitches in baseball. That's the 26th. In the National League, the next closest
that puts 2 in scoring position.
is 16.
Wow, that's a big number. I didn't know that. So the infield has to come in. And Roark sends it past that drawn-in infield. Wieters is in. And the Nats pick up a run off the bat of Tanner Roark. And the wild pitch, very costly here.
Boy, right down the middle. And Francisco was set up more inside, and that was right down the middle. That's why I've always been one of those guys that where if the other team's giving you an out, whether it's a pitcher or anybody else, they're going to square to bunt. Let them do it. Throw it. Let them do it.
Now Ray Sirich will come out.
If you wanted to make it more difficult for them to bunt, try to throw strikes down and away. It's harder for a pitcher. A lot of pitchers don't want to lean out over the plate. If you get it down and away, it's a tough pitch to bunt. But if they're going to give you an out, let them get it down.
And instead, the runners moved up on the wild pitch. Roark past that drawn-in infield. Singles in a run. Defoe moves to third. Already 70 pitches for Tyone here with 1 out in the 4th. Throw behind, Defoe back.
Well, it looks like the little Joe Madden Chicago Cub play. 1st and 3rd with 1 out. It looked like a little safety squeeze. Where Trey Turner gets a bunt down. The runner at third just reads it, sees it down. And obviously Dave Martinez, might not be obvious for all, but was a bench coach for Joe Madden. Wow, look at that pitch that was called a ball. My goodness gracious. How about that? May have been that might be one of the most shocking of all missed calls we've seen this year. Look at the WB Mason strike zone.
Enrico Palazzo behind home plate tonight.
Incredible.
I don't think I've seen one that egregious in a very long time. Well, every umpire makes mistakes, just like hitters, pitchers, broadcasters.
Can't excuse that one.
That one was.
Everybody makes mistakes and umpires miss calls, but you can't miss that call.
Instead, now 3-0. Not allowed to argue balls and strikes. Tyone facing some adversity tonight. Some behind him, some with that wild pitch. Cross up.
And I mean, I don't know if this is a play that Martinez is saying, hey, bunt the ball. I mean, you got a guy in Turner that can fly. He's not a guy that's going to hit in the many ground ball double plays. You know, it's not a given that the run's going to score. And now he's in the hole. Or not in the hole, but with 2 strikes.
And he sends it into left. Defoe is in. And the Nationals have another 3-0.
I know if I'm a batter and I'm told to bunt with first and third and 1 out, I'm thinking, man, my manager has no confidence in me. Again, looked like he maybe caught too much plate. And looking at his reaction after he hits that, he might be thinking the same thing. Hey, you want me to bunt? It's first and third, 1 out. Let me swing the bat.
Especially a guy that doesn't get doubled up. But every time we turn the calendar.
I mean, didn't that look like his reaction to you after he hit it? Like, seriously?
Meanwhile, Glenn Hurdle looking on at Tyone. How do you, I mean, just kind of getting chipped away here in this start tonight. It's not like he's been poor, but
you know,
they have hit him. They've got 7 hits.
Jamison Tyone, when he's dealing, he doesn't give up hits with runners in scoring position. In these last couple of starts, now 3 starts in a row, he hasn't gotten that big out with runners in scoring position. And the Nats have come up with the big hits in those situations.
Chopper up the middle. They get 1. And there's the double play. And that is a big pair of outs for Tyone. Keeping it close here in the early going. Nats get a pair and they lead 3-0. Folks here from the area checking out this one, and let's take a look at some of our Point Park social media and on Instagram. Time for some baseball and conflicting family interests in that one. Rob tells us, watching our first place Buccos back at first for the last couple of days, taking my chance to root in DC. That tweet from Sam, hashtag Bucks Booth. Let us know what's going on. You at the ballpark tonight? What are you seeing? He's doing it right now. Like that lid. Even better. Can we spot the cow? Let's see. Ah, right there. Gorgeous night here too. The old red lid cap.
We've had so many games in the cold weather. Last day of April finally, and a perfect night for baseball. And tomorrow and next couple of days we'll be complaining about it being too hot.
Pleasure to report the cherry blossoms are in bloom here in Washington. Everyone's curious about that, I'm sure.
What's amazing, what is DC, a couple hundred miles from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, you pointed this out on the ride over.
And all the trees have leaves already. You know, it's green.
Look at that. That's what it's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
We promise, Pittsburgh. The temperatures expected to be in the mid to upper 80s during the series. Turn on all the weather channels. That's all they talk about. Yep, full bloom.
Cervelli helping Roark on that pitch, that 2-0 pitch way inside. And Cervelli, typically don't see him go out of the strike zone very often, especially when the count's in his favor. Interesting
very much
pitch there.
Yeah. Roark, not a great ball to strike ratio so far, but he's been effective. Solid base hit for Cervelli. He has just had a great first month of the season. Coming into tonight, last 14 games hitting .404. Has that average over 300. And that continues to rise. One of the best Aprils in terms of run production in Pirates history, in fact. Now Colin Moran drew a walk his first time.
By the way, you gotta love seeing the Isleys pop up.
I know, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
My goodness, I was like 100, no, maybe not even, but 75 yards from the Isleys.
Oh, were you?
Up, yeah. Get some chipped ham. Good ice cream.
Brought
too.
that back, yeah. You can get that at PNC Park.
Tell you how many times I went down and got a pint of ice cream at Isley's and sat on the front porch listening to the Pirates games.
Yeah.
Dozens of, hundreds of times.
Listen to the ball game. Tuning it on. Right to second. Ooh. Turner with some footwork over there around the bag. It still gets the double play.
Yeah, I thought maybe the Pirates were going to get a break because that was a routine double play ball. The feed from Kendrick to Turner was a little wide, and Turner looked like he did a nice job of adjusting and touching second base. A little kick to the outside of the bag.
Ooh. Yeah, got to touch the base now. I know that sounds silly, but I'll say out of the bona fide slide rule at second, no more of the gimmies around the bag there.
No more neighborhood plays.
Pirates have bounced into a pair of double plays. Now Mercer will bat with the bases empty. Trying to solve Roark, who has allowed 3 singles. Pretty efficient pitch count too. Just 60 offerings.
When you consider 25 of those are balls. I mean, he's through 5 almost, 4 2/3 innings on 60 pitches.
There have been some hitters counts Pirates haven't squared him up very much though tonight.
No, and he's had the couple of double play balls behind him, caught stealing. So
one line to the left.
Figure he's recorded 14 outs. 5 of those 14 came on 3 pitches. The 2 double plays and the caught stealing.
Now a chance at the very least to clear Tyone. Opportunity to keep the inning going. Mercer moves that hitting streak to 7 games with that base hit. He's trying to handle the bat better and better, I think, Tyone.
Big hack there.
Yeah,
Got
a little drift in the
curve
swing there, but
he let it loose. And pitchers, you don't see pitchers making very good contact with breaking balls. Roark, got a pretty big loopy curveball, but Tyone took a good pass at it. Sometimes you'll see pitchers just kind of attack the opposing pitcher, but Roark taking nothing for granted. A 0-1 curveball, a 0-2 slider.
Sent solidly toward the gap in left center. And this one hits off the wall. Mercer's going to score on the double by Jameson Tyone with 2 outs, and the Pirates pick up their first run.
And maybe that's why Roark was pitching so carefully, taking nothing for granted. I mean, then he tries to go upstairs against Tyone with a fastball, and man, he took a nice rip at that. I mean, crushed it up around the letters.
First career extra base hit. Got some pop. That's a big hit to chip away at the deficit and get the lineup turned over for Frazier.
A little help there. And Bruce Dreckman behind the plate. I think he's been very good at in and outside. If it's on the plate, he's called them strikes. If it's been off the plate, they've been balls. That's the first one maybe off the plate that he's called tonight.
Now the whole 2 strikes. Druckmann wears number 1, just like the legendary Bill Clem, umpire, the dean of all umpires in terms of umpiring the most games. So both pitchers tonight with runs batted in.
And half the RBIs coming off a pitcher's bat.
Frazier stays alive. Well, with 2 outs, he hit it out to the outfield, and base hit out there. Tyone could score, although sometimes they're a little conservative with a pitcher, right?
It would have to be in the gap, a base hit in the gap or down the line. I think if it's directly at one of the outfielders, Joey Cora would most likely hold Tyone unless it's softly hit. Frazier protecting, and last time up got called out. The only strikeout recorded today by Roark, a good 2-seam fastball that just nipped the inside corner. So Frazier expanding the zone here this time with 2 strikes on him.
Typically a good 2-strike hitter. The numbers this year not as good as his first 2 seasons. Pirates have made Roark work. 22 pitches in the inning. He comes back to get Frazier. Striking him on for the second time tonight. Pirates get a run off the bat of Jamison Tyone. First career double. Thank you, Rob. I get a little nostalgic seeing a little one here in DC. 3-1 Nats. We start at the bottom of the 5th inning. Yeah, last time I was here, I had to leave you very quickly.
Yes, you did.
Thank you for taking over as well.
Joe, that's only the 14th time now that you've thanked us, and I mean, you can stop that now. That
very
was
appreciative.
Just, I mean, we have a paternity leave nowadays. And then you got, like, I mean, normally I don't know what it is nowadays for fathers, how much time they get off after they have a baby, but you had like 6 months, 5 months.
Timed it well, I guess.
5 months.
And that was just the
leave.
Final game of the season.
Yeah.
Felt like 5 months, didn't it? Thank you for doing that game as well.
15.
15, yeah. That was what, 4.5 hour, 9 inning?
422.
Yeah.
Longest in history.
Hey, congratulations coming up to Jason. Going to be a daddy. First time, is that right? First time.
Show your face.
Yeah,
see,
there
I
you
thought
are.
it was him. That's the ninja.
Yeah.
Is that the ninja? That's not the ninja? I thought he was the ninja. Maybe not. There's an American Ninja cameraman that works here sometimes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was
I was thinking, like, is that his side job? Wow.
No, there was a guy, I think he finished second.
Oh, he competed in it.
He competed
Oh,
in
my.
American Ninja and finished second. Doesn't he? Maybe he tied for first.
Has struck out Harper twice tonight.
Jeff Britton? Jeff Britton?
Number 1 and number 2 picks.
Seriously, you ever watch that? Those guys
Yes,
are
I have.
crazy, crazy good.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little change up. Tailing away from Bryce Harper.
So the 2 times that he has pitched to Harper, he has struck him out, also intentionally walked him. Leadoff man gone in the 5th. Yeah, that show is it's pretty incredible. The men and the women that competed.
Yeah, they're incredibly, I can't even imagine, incredibly strong. And they make those courses difficult. Fun to watch. It's addicting.
Is that your favorite reality show going on right now? I guess it's not a reality show, just competition.
Another,
Tyone with another strikeout.
Kind of coming out with attitude.
I know you are a fan of, and aren't we all, of American Idol? Munhall's very own Gabby Barrett competing, an alum of Friday Night Rocks.
Yeah, final 7.
Moving on in her last appearance in American Idol. What do you think? You've been following.
Very talented. She can win it. She can win it.
Very, very cool to see her go from Friday Night Rocks onto American Idol. Was 17 years old, and I know Bob has talked about Gabby's singing exploits when he's been on Friday Night Rocks. So. Loves American Idol, and the eyes lit up when he saw that she was going to be a contestant. We're all cheering for her, so good luck to Gabby Barrett.
I think she has a chance. She's a great voice.
Yeah, Sunday's the next one, so make sure you vote.
What's interesting about it is she's from Munhall. She sings country. Not much country music going on in Munhall.
You think she'd be like, you know, Washington County, south, southern reaches. Country music's everywhere, right?
I know.
Yeah, I know. It's in Center County. Matt Adams is from. Working the count full. Kyle trying to strike out the side. Taylor on deck. Tyone after that ripping RBI double. And the Nationals collecting 7 hits off of him. Strikes out Harper, the cleanup man Howie Kendrick, and Adams. Good play by Frazier. Wow, nice range out there in short right. And Tyone registers a 1-2-3 5th inning.
Line drive, base hit, left field. Max Moroff is going to clear the bases.
An enormous hit there, going the other way.
John Wayner on the call there, dating back 7 months ago, when you valiantly stepped into duty on play-by-play, and that sounded really good.
It was the only play I did play-by-play. We just talked right now.
That was good. That was really good. I thought it was Greg Brown for a second, and then no, I really did, honestly. And then like I caught a little Carrick in there. So all right.
I literally was like, because me and Bob had fun just talking and everything else like that, and then with the game going on, and Sean Rod, I don't know what pitch that was in that at bat, but I realized in the moment, I'm like thinking, boy, if he gets a base hit, I might have to like call it, do something.
I love it.
Fun.
Well,
and I lost my job. Bob got it next day.
No, I think it was just a rotation. You guys could have split up the that game, how long it was. Each have a couple hours to yourselves.
Yeah, that would have been a rough one to do by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you probably owe Greg a couple more apologies. He had to do that 4 hours and 22 minutes by himself.
I've thanked him 15 times as well. Happy to report Mary Claire 7 months old today, and everybody's doing well. And I didn't make it. I didn't make it back in time, but
No.
it was a very quick delivery, our second. So, but Mom and baby were doing good, and I didn't even know about the length of the next game until it was all over, and I received a few text messages from you guys. But great to be back here in DC, reliving all that, and hopefully Pirates come from behind win. They have been posting a few of those lately. Right up first. Blanco going to start the Pirates' 6th inning. Finally got through against Roark with 3 hits last inning. But again, another double play ball, so minimized it to just the 1 run.
So far, it's been the night for the bottom of the orders. And the Washington Nationals bottom 3 are 4 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Pirates bottom 2 for 5, only RBI and only runs scored.
Right to Turner. Some more ground ball outs for Roark. He has collected a good number of those here as the game's moved on.
11. Unofficially.
No, you're on it though, Bob. I just said a good number, and you were right there with it.
I can count to 11 fast.
We're still stuck at 10 in our household, so we'll get there. Bell is 0 for 2. That's the shift on Josh Bell, and some teams will play him with that shift, sometimes not. I wonder if it's how he's hitting, or if it's just some teams view him differently. But he is the final out here in the 6th. 3-1 Washington.
AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We'll beat anybody's price. Find out more at barrel.com. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Michael Taylor on the ground to third on the first pitch, and one out for Tyone, who starts the inning at 94 pitches. 3-1 Nationals.
Nice to see him out there. It's not every day that you see a manager allow their starting pitcher to start an inning when their pitch count's over 90.
Tyone, who has authored a complete game shutout this year, has 2 outs on 2 pitches. Well, at this rate.
and you almost, if you're Defoe, have to take 2 pitches now. I mean, Tyone's definitely going to try to get a 3-pitch inning, so he's going to throw this first pitch right down the middle. At least try to. And I say, why not with the second one?
There you have it. And it's called a strike.
Why not? Do it again. I think you almost have to take again.
Try to curveball that time. I'm with you. Dare him to make it a 4-pitch inning. Now all bets are off. Nick Kingham made his major league debut yesterday. What a thrill that was. 20 in a row sent down to start the game. Not a mound visit.
You don't see Jameson do that very often. Bounce a ball that far out in front of the plate.
Defoe's gotten a hit off him both times tonight. And got him. On a close play, Dave Martinez wants the proceedings held up. Frazier knew he had to hurry.
Yeah, as long as Josh Bell's foot stayed on the base, I think he's out.
Good scoop. What do you think? Because Frazier had to rush the throw, wasn't quite on line, so Bell made a nice play, and Martinez says, no, we'll let this pass. It's a nice quick 7-pitch inning for Jameson Tyone. Still 3-1 DC. winner. Talking with Jamison Tyone, who hopes to join him as well in that category tonight. Let's look at our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Yesterday, the Pirates placing former national Eddie Romero on the disabled list with a left shoulder impingement. And Romero informing the team after they intended on designating him for assignment that he was trying to pitch through that injury. And so on the DL, Romero goes. And to the plate, Dickerson is. I like seeing these guys talking. Kingham, who has spent some of the winters in Houston, where he was born, with Tyone, working out together in the offseason. Ball to strike on Corey Dickerson. I think this is the inning where the Pirates really start to get to Roark.
Hope so. It's something going.
He's pitched all right, but I still think that he's due. I don't know. I just kind of had that Richard Rodriguez getting up for the Buccos. Looks like Tyone will be done. His spot's due up 5th here, and if that's coming up, it means Pirates doing some things.
Well, hopefully we can get to that spot in the lineup. But yeah, Roark does a good job of moving the ball around and just changing speeds, movement on the fastball, mixing in the changeup, the curveball, the slider, and missing the barrel of the bat.
He's been one of the better pitchers in the National League since coming on the scene, and without a lot of fanfare too. I mean, because of his repertoire, because he was a 25th round pick who then came out of independent baseball and came on the scene in the first couple of seasons. He was, about a 2.5 career ERA, and even in his down years, it still gives you an average performance out there. But 2 full seasons was a sub-3 ERA, especially in this home run crazed environment. But the Nationals starting to think about life without him. Trevor Gott is getting up. Full count on Dickerson.
One of the hardest fastballs of the night for Roark at 92.
Payoff coming. And sent out to right and deep. Harper looking up, and it's into the night. A second deck home run for Corey Dickerson. That was a mammoth shot, and the Pirates down a run now.
Boy, was it ever. And talking about Roark and the way he's pitched tonight, after he came in at 92 with that fastball, you speed up the bat. That gets the hitter's attention, Dickerson's attention, and boy, I got to be ready for the fastball. I thought he would go something soft. He throws his off-speed pitches for strikes, but he came right back in there with a fastball, and Dickerson was looking for it. And man, was that a bomb! Look at him choked up for one, and then just an absolute cannonball.
405 feet. That doesn't do it enough justice. I mean, hitting it past the Nationals bullpen and into that recessed second deck.
Boy, oh boy,
that's big boy country.
Way out there.
3rd home run for Dickerson. Dave Martinez talking over with the pitching coach, Derek Lilliquist.
Well, yeah, I literally thought that, the way Roark has been going, and when he went to 3-2, especially after coming in with the fastball, thinking no way he's going back in there. Dickerson was obviously looking for it in there, and man, he got all of it.
And you pointed out, Rock, before we got started tonight, that Roark has been kind of unhittable. Look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo, choked up, as you mentioned. Roark has been touched for the long ball 6 times now.
Quarter of his hits were home runs coming into the day.
Dumped out toward right, but Harper able to cover some ground. told you how good he's been against righties this season, but 3 hits by Pirates right-handed batters tonight. He had allowed just 5 hits to righties all season. So now the lefty comes through with the home run. All-star last year, Dickerson picked up right as spring training began. Colin Moran acquired in the offseason from Houston, one of the leading rookies so far in batting average. "14 RBIs in the early going. And we just passed the 1/6 marker of the season a couple of days ago, so you can multiply a number by 5 or 6, kind of give you an idea of what pace they're on. 75, 80 RBIs maybe for Moran, the pace here. And if it ends up after 6 months of a long baseball year that a rookie gives you those kind of numbers, you'll take them.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it even more than that, as long as he stays healthy and stays in there, because I think, you know, again, if he times it by 6, 12 home runs, I think he'll hit more than that.
I'd say the 15 to 20 range. What did you think for his rookie season? Whoa. That was called a strike. Bruce Almighty. Comes back to strike out Moran.
That's a totally different at bat right there. I mean, that you have a 2-1 pitch and it's down and away, not just away but down. And you know, Moran up there in a 3-1 count instead of a 2-2 count, and you have to protect, and swings over that slider. And a 3-1 count, I don't think he's getting that slider. I think he's getting a fastball to him.
Sammy Solis, the left-hander, joining the right-hander Gott. And the mound conference breaks up with Roark still on the mound.
I don't know if a manager's ever gone out there in this situation where a guy's pitching deep into a ball game and talked to his pitcher, and that the pitcher said, "Nah, I'm through. Here's the ball."
Yeah. Jordy Mercer with a base hit his last time. Pirates down a run. They were down 3 at one point. They've had a number of comebacks here on this 5-game winning streak, including one where the Pirates trailed by 5 runs and still came back to win. Corey Dickerson with the leadoff home run. Roark knows that his spot's coming up at the bottom of the inning. This is going to probably be his last batter. Edgar Santana, Richard Rodriguez. Likely no Feliz tonight. With a lead. And Corey Dickerson cuts the advantage with a soaring leadoff home run. And the Pirates down a run here in Washington.
TNT Sportsnet is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
3-2 Nationals. Pirates cut the deficit after the Dickerson home run. Third of the year for Corey. And the Pirates go to the bullpen. And time for our Lowe's whole team together. And the Pirates bullpen has been a lot better the past couple of weeks or so since April 12th. You see the ERAs, team as a whole, 5th best ERA out of the Pirates bullpen since that time.
What a pleasant surprise Rodriguez has been for the Pirates. Just that fastball has just been explosive, and hitters have been swinging through it. Just 6 appearances, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts in those 6 appearances.
Facing Andrew Stevenson, pinch hitting for Roark, so the National starter done after 7.
You see it, 6 games, 6 innings, 0 walks.
I didn't realize that.
2 strikeouts per inning.
And he'll have another. Leadoff man gone in the Washington 7th. And Pirates fans, you can use your Port Authority Connect card for great deals on tickets. Use it to save up to $10 on all Sunday through Friday home games. And you can get $10 grandstand seats to Wednesday home games. Go to pirates.com/Connect card. Save today. Making a note, K for Stevenson. Hopefully a W for the Pens tomorrow. Trey Turner. A pair of hits off Tyone, who issued a quality start tonight. 3 runs in 6 innings. Pirates starting pitchers. We just talked about the bullpen. The starting pitchers leading the National League in quality starts.
Whoa.
In between hop to Mercer. And Turner is aboard.
And with that good fastball, went away from it there. Went with the breaking ball, and Trey Turner hits a bullet through Jordy Mercer for his 3rd hit. Kind of at the mercy of the hop.
Well, was scalded.
Yeah, a little too hot to handle.
So Turner and his 12 steals. He's not been thrown out. The ball was hit at 109 miles an hour.
Get in front of it, Jordy.
Don't even have time. What was that?
Just kidding.
Just hit the ball. Very sure-handed. Ryan Zimmerman has already bounced into a double play tonight. For 12 and steals, 1 off the league lead. Getting a big lead.
Yeah, that's how you keep him from running. If Rodriguez continues to get the ball that quickly to Cervelli, Turner will not even try it. He won't go anywhere. And you don't have to throw over to first. You don't have to do anything. He was very quick to the plate. Turner will go nowhere if he's that quick to the plate.
Sent out deep to right. Polanco sizes it up on the track. Turner's tagging, and he is called safe. He must have evaded the tag. The throw beat him. There's a very good throw by Polanco in right. Pirates want to see if they're going to challenge this.
I can't believe that Turner would tag there. It doesn't. I mean, that's not a long throw. I mean, he's not even on the. Is he even on the? He's not even on that. Maybe barely on the warning track. That's not a long throw from a right fielder.
Pirates going to challenge it.
And Jordy looks like he keeps the glove on.
Yeah, keep an eye. See if he comes off the bag. Does he get that mitt in there? And is he off the bag there? Is he off the bag there? Yes. But was there a tag on? Oh,
nothing
boy.
there.
Now, he did come off the bag, but I don't think Mercer's glove was on at that moment. Find out. First, does swim around. It's off there, but
there may have been you're going to have to stop it. But there is a time when Jordy's glove seemed to be on Turner, and that left arm just barely comes off the bag.
Watch at the end here on our Allegheny Health Network.
There you go. Yeah, it looked like that the glove was on his right thigh, and I'm not sure anything was on there.
He's definitely off the base there. Is there something definitive for the umpires in New York to tell us? Would be an inning-ending double play. Otherwise, Turner stands at second with Harper coming up. And in a one-run game late, it could be a potential big swing.
Like right there. Right there. Right there. I don't think anything's on the bag unless his elbow is. There's nothing on the bag there. That's a tough call.
Yeah, it's got to be clear
like,
and convincing.
Like the puck going over the goal line and seeing a little white line in between.
You mean the third period last night? So we'll find out here. They're taking a long time, so they definitely want to have this right. Now let's think ahead here. If he is safe and Harper's coming up with first base open, do you bypass him? One-run game of the seventh?
Yes.
Otherwise, he'll just lead off the eighth, and it'll be an inning-ending double play. They're taking, the prescribed 2-minute limit. They have
this is where
gone beyond that.
This is where, in my opinion, the call stands. If you haven't found anything by now, the call stands.
Agree. Agree. In the regular season, at least. Postseason, I can see extending it sometimes.
Yeah, I don't care. If it takes you this long to figure out if he's out or safe, move along.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the replays, unless they're backed up in New York and they're like looking at 5 or 6 different other games replays, yeah, this takes way too long.
And he is safe. Very good throw by Polanco. An evasive slide by Turner. Call stands. That was a really daring move by Turner, I thought.
With 2 outs, it's worth it. And I guess if you have that great a speed, as Harper indeed intentionally walked, I guess it's like we saw earlier in the game. The Pirates trying to steal with 2 outs, trying to get a runner in scoring position. So I think Turner realized he wasn't going to be able to steal against Rodriguez because he's so quick to the plate. Well, let's try it here. But that's not a long throw.
So Harper intentionally walked for the second time tonight. Here's Howie Kendrick. 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts against Tyone. Two on, 2 out. Pirates down a run, trying to keep it that way. Ended up almost a 3-minute review there. Pirate pen has pitched great, trying to give the Pirates another chance at a come from behind win tonight. Key point here late. Softly hit. And Polanco with enough room. And Richard Rodriguez authors a scoreless 7th inning. Full moon. Our T-Mobile built for baseball. A look back at this one. And Wilmer Defoe with a run-scoring single in the second to start the scoring. Tanner Roark as the pitchers got busy tonight. That gave the Nats their second run. The third came on that base hit by Trey Turner, but then Tyone got a double play ball to get out of it, and then his bat scoring the Pirates' first run. And his first double of his career, and then Corey Dickerson. What a shot that was. Second deck, third home run. And that's where we stand as we begin the eighth. A 3-2 Nationals advantage. Here in the series opener. 4-game set to begin this 9-game road trip. Pinch hitter, new pitcher.
Pinch hitter Starling Marte. Ryan Madsen off to a rough start. 0-2 with a 6.23 ERA.
Marte, who got the start off tonight, pops out to begin the eighth inning. Madsen, who came back, he was out of baseball for several years and came back and has been a very effective reliever. Yeah, even with those struggles, he's only allowed 2 extra base hits, a pair of doubles this year, so a lot been singled to death so far. Frazier with a single tonight. Out to Taylor. Sews that up, 2 down. It's a whole new ballgame with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. RBI Baseball 18, rated E for everyone. Kyle Crick getting up. Polanco with a hit in 3 trips tonight.
Madsen averages just over 95 with that fastball. Has pretty good movement. Got away with that first fastball. Big cut from Polanco. That's where he likes it. Outer third. About thigh high.
I wonder if Doolittle's available tonight. The Nationals closer has pitched in 3 straight days. So if it does go to the 9th with a narrow Nationals lead, there's Sean Doolittle living up to his name currently.
That is a good name for a closer, isn't it? Doolittle.
He's hanging out right now.
Just like walk isn't a good name for a pitcher.
Nor is Homer Bailey, right?
Homer Bailey.
Three-two. Up first again. And Madsen, a quick 1, 2, 3, 9 pitch 8th. Bullpen trying to hold him.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. Reminds me that Pete Toma is celebrating birthday today. Happy birthday to our extraordinary director, the best in the business, Pete.
Happy birthday again, Pete. It's a big day. Sherry Bentler, birthday. Happy birthday, Sherry, mother-in-law.
First pitch out. Also want to say thank you for Mike Cumbo being here tonight despite being under the weather at TD tonight. Thanks for being here and doing a great job tonight, because giving you Pirate baseball despite being under the weather. Sometimes our skilled crew can not call in because there's no one qualified to replace him. They're that good. So you and I can just skip out, take off, and you can fill right in for me. And
that is proven.
Up first, fair ball.
Yeah.
And Taylor can run. A little bounding ball is a two-base hit for Taylor.
Sometimes you just get lucky as a hitter. Like he kind of got in between on a breaking ball and just hit it. And he almost hit that out of Cervelli's glove. I mean, he hit that ball that deep. Hanging breaking ball. So we'll be careful with him too. With one out on second, he can run.
I always think about it. Wieters switch hitter batting left, leave up that nice throwing lane to third base. Does that factor into a base runner's decision at all?
Maybe, but I mean, it's not going to make that big a difference. I don't think if he gets a big jump, he gets a big jump. I don't think it would deter him if he got. He felt a pitcher was slow enough and he got a big enough jump, whether lefty or righty was up there.
Taylor has stolen a base 9 times in 9 tries. No day off for the Nationals center fielder. Marte the same, as he came in as a pinch hitter. And Brandon Kinsler, all-star closer of the Twins, certainly been in that role before, so that's going to be the man to try to convert a save. Should it be that way for the Nats? Pirates are hoping the score stays put right now. That's a big difference. 1 and 2 runs.
Oh yeah.
With Taylor's speed, base hit to the outfield probably scores him.
Yeah, he had a bluff start there. He doesn't. I have a hard time the way he's been leading off. A hard time believing that he could steal third from where his lead is, and he's got his hands on his knees. That little bluff he did his last pitch, he did nothing but disrupt his hitter.
Jammed him, fouled away. Is he in the line of vision of the hitter?
Absolutely. And to me, if you're at second base and you're going to go. Don't fake that you're going. Don't mess around. Because your hitter sees that. It's in the peripheral vision. He's out there.
Down to 3 mound visits.
Yeah, it's not been a factor at all. As far as
totally agree.
Nobody's going to run out of mound visits. All it's done is kept the catcher behind the plate.
Nationals catcher at the plate. And Mercer positioned well to get the second out. Taylor moves to third.
That looked like it might have hit the base. That would have been the scary thing for Jordy Mercer. It looked like it went almost right over the base. His ball was hit hard. Obviously, if it hits the base, it's not going to react the same. It turned out to be a routine play.
Wilmer Defoe been pesky tonight, pair of singles. Number 8 hitter. Crick with an easy 96 right there. Start of the year down in the minor leagues. We talked about how this bullpen has fared very well over the last what, 2.5 weeks, nearing 3 weeks now. After that really rough start, that coincided directly within a day of when the shuffle took place. Crick got called up. Richard Rodriguez got called up as well. Both have been very good.
Yes. Yes, they have.
On the outer edge. And with Stephen Brault, who started the year in the pen, he'll go back there at least for now, as he was filling in that number 5 spot. Nick Kingdom's going to get another start. Leonard will announcing today. It'll be on Friday in Milwaukee.
It'd be interesting to see if he's in the same role as a long man, or being that there are no lefties in the Pirates bullpen except for the closer Vasquez. Would Clint use him in a left-on-left situation?
And Crick strikes out Defoe. And so they work around the 1-out double to keep it a 1-run game. Brandon Kinsler coming on to try to save it.
AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
9th inning coming up, and the Pirates need a run, trailing the Nationals 3-2. Rafael Bautista is now in left field, defensive replacement for Matt Adams. And on the mound, the former All-Star closer of the Twins, Brandon Kinsler.
15th appearance, 0-2, a 4.50 ERA. Look at the walks, 8 in 14 games, 14 innings. Only one home run allowed, and he's hasn't given up many hits. The opponent's hitting just 208. But going to make him throw strikes.
Sean Rodriguez, who has a good history against Kinsler, starts things here in the ninth. Well, takes as a base runner to begin it. And 7 months ago today, wasn't here to see it, but Sean Rodriguez, a game-tying double in the ninth off Kinsler. And we take another one of those right now. 1 for 2 lifetime against a sinker baller.
Get out. Get out. Miss it.
Like a wide receiver going back over the shoulder.
Zimmerman, the former third baseman, too good an athlete.
Leadoff man gone in the Pirates' ninth inning. And tomorrow is game 2 of this 4-game series here in our nation's capital. Chad Kuhl scheduled to start against Max Scherzer. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Looking forward to that pitching matchup. But first tonight, Pirates trying to extend their 5-game winning streak. Down a run. One swing can tie it. Bell 0 for 1 lifetime against Kinsler. 0 for 3 tonight. One good swing. He's way off the plate. I mean, I know he starts off with the wide stance, but he's even farther off the plate than he's stood before. Even when he closes back up. Trying to exploit that away.
See if he can get a pitch to drive up and out over the plate. And the way his ball moves, Kinsler, it's running away from the lefty. You almost want to be thinking to hit it the other way. Perfect pitch there. That's not the one you want. I mean, you're not going to drive that pitch. It's at the knees on the outside corner. And now, man, you're just battle mode. Look for a pitch to drive up to 2 strikes. Now with 2 strikes, you just battle and try to put it in play.
I'll try to come in. Rolled on to Turner.
Didn't get it in. Boy, that's the pitch. That's the pitch that he could drive. He left that one up and out over the plate, looked like.
And leave it all up to Corey Dickerson.
See the location of this. You see they're trying to throw that little front door. Boy, that's thigh high, outer third.
When he's going right, that ball is driven.
And I know you were talking about this earlier. You see, with the row arc, they had the 3 infielders on the right side for Bell. With Kinsler, they left the shortstop there. And where does he hit it? Right at the shortstop.
Great point. Now Dickerson, who had a mammoth home run his last time out. 2 for 5 lifetime against Kinsler. Need a base runner. Need something.
Got a little help. And again, Dickerson has power to go the other way if he leaves one of those up and out over the plate. And because of the first pitch that was just off the plate was called a strike, Dickerson felt that he had to go and offer it that one. So he doesn't agree with it. He had a discussion about it, but he shakes his head because now he's in the hole 0-2. If that first one's not called a strike, he probably takes the second one. He's sitting here 2-0.
Pirates down to their final strike. Need to keep it going, down a run in the ninth. They came here to see a win. Off Kinsler's glove.
How does it stay right there?
Well, the Nats won better tonight. And Trey Turner with 3 hits for the Nationals. And the Pirates' 5-game winning streak ends here in D.C. tonight.
So weird, you know, the 3 runs that the Nationals come up with. They get 1 in the second and then 2 in the fourth on 4 consecutive base hits, 7, 8, 9, and 1. And obviously the Turner base hit, the difference maker, that drove in the 3rd and final run. The Pirates chipped away, came back within a run, but just couldn't get it done against the Nationals bullpen.
And a good ball game tonight, but the Nationals are the ones celebrating. 3-2 the final here tonight. And let's go back to our studios with Rob and Michael.